live.
Hi, Mom. Alright, the playbooks.
Hi, Mom, if you exist somewhere.
Well then.
This game's for you.
Oh god. I was not emotionally prepared for that one.
No, it's fine. I'm just goofing around.
I mean, Sonia is an orphan, so.
Sonia is an orphan.
Right, so. Who wants to do the recap for a potential? And if not, I can do it, no worries.
I mean, we do have our dedicated recap person.
It is true. That is me. This recap is my middle name.
One day we'll be taken by surprise when Sonia overtakes everybody else in potential because of her recaps weekly, and one of you guys has to do it.
Man, that would be sweet. Final episode, finally. Yes, recap last episode. So we kind of went back in time before the Christmas episode, just so we could, tie things together properly and explain why we came back to the Icon City and whatnot. So Caramon showed up, ate Lampmon's head, as you do as your Caramon. I bet that was a munchy snack. Doing so, it took away the Digicore which was stuck in its head for some reason, which will become relevant as Kagayaki will try desperately to stabilize a headless corpse. We'll not question how that's possible. That's just digital magic. that's just
For the
something.
power of bullshit.
That's science. Yes, but Caramon then evolved using all of that power into Diablomon X, and was all creepy and just touching Sonia's head and all that, and just blah, and being like, "Oh yes, you'll hear from me very soon," and disappeared into a slightly pink portal, which was hiding a castle. We don't actually know where it is, if it's in Witchelny or not. I'm not quite certain. That might be even a third like pocket dimension or something. But yeah, he disappeared, and since Witchelny was deprived of its lamp energy battery core thing, the magic started to disappear from this world, and well, tough shit, we left. We left them that, hey, maybe if you do this, that can, work eventually. You can find a solution to this no magic stuff. Maybe, bye. And we just ditched. Then Christmas episode happened, flash forward. Sonia was still sulking over all of this in the warehouse, where she was in great need of comfort for the fifth time this week again. And Taisto was the fool, stupid enough to try and comfort her this time. So together they had a lot of heart-to-heart, where Sonia was like doubting that she was even a good person or normal, because she has violent tendencies towards all of the Digimon that she met and that she doesn't really like, and well, we'll deal with that at some point. Maybe that's normal for everyone to have some stress, but the world doesn't revolve around her, and Taisto gave her some reassurance that the world is not out to get her. And they had a passionate hug, and she finally found it in herself to open up the present that she received in the Christmas episode, which was really nice and cute and not at all creepy, because people wanted to be nice for once, which was really wholesome and fluffy. She received a new hat and some mail from a family back home. Now that might be all fake and product of it own imagination, but that was sweet nonetheless. Yeah. Meanwhile, Kagayaki was just, doing stuff, hoping this long segment would finally pan back to him. I'm sure. And yeah, he was trying to fix everything on his own, as always. And doing, well, he's the one that actually finds the solutions. He's the brain boy. And while that happened, I don't remember if we received some message. Yes, no. Actually, it was even more dramatic than that. We saw the appearance of a light beam descending on our village, city, whatever it is by now, with henchwoman and a few baby angel Digimon, telling us that shit's fucked over in paradise. And as we just rushed to this scene through the power of magical bullshit, as always, we met very familiar friends, or human friends, in fact, which were fighting amongst each other. Well, amongst each other, like Stella was holding her own against everyone else in the B crew, or A crew, technically, since we're the fake ones. We noticed that they all fused with their own Digimon while reaching Mega level, or Mega equivalent. They want to take Dark Seraphimon, Black Seraphimon, Shadow Seraphimon, whatever Seraphimon, Digicore and power to possibly control the world, maybe. And Stella wasn't really, having it because they're doing a really stupid thing, or they're taking it out on innocence in her eyes, while Einari and Utimio are seeing it as more like a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. And Higeki just, went batshit insane and doesn't really give a shit one way or another, but just thinks there's more science stuff in the old world, so it's more, important to bring back rather than this silly one without science. Battle ensued. Confrontation arose between every Digidestin and their friend, and Utimio and Kagayaki for some reason, because Utimio needed someone. And Kagayaki managed to convince Utimio that maybe there might be another way. We don't know what, but it's worth considering other options than genocide 2.0. And he seemed, well, convinced is not the right word, but he's willing to consider that maybe we could try something else. And if it doesn't seem to work, well, he'll go right back to the other boys, and that's pretty much where we left off. Well, there's a big zinger for the end, but I'll let Antinami deal with that. Yes, I believe that's anything else that was relevant, maybe? Well, you'll tell me, as always, if I missed something important.
Only Karamon's very heartwarming backstory about wanting a family.
Yeah.
I think you covered that absolutely perfectly. Market potential, if you would like to. Obviously, you don't have to, but,
I will.
That's what
it's fine.
For. Cool.
Almost level up.
Off the starting soon screen. Otherwise,
yeah. And sending the stream link too.
I still feel bad for last session when half of the session was left on a be right back screen. I'm really bad at flicking to the right screen.
One day,
cool.
You'll be the best at skipping the pre-stream screen. Blah. Words.
Exactly. Okay, so when we left off, you talked Utimio down, and sort of, he wants to believe that there's another way to bring back those that have died without getting rid of the Digimon that are already here. I think their plan was to sort of rebuild the old digital world because this one shouldn't exist because of their mistake, basically. And I think because Utimio spent so much time here with the professor and whatnot, he's sort of more susceptible to understanding these things are alive. Taisto confronted Einari and Higeki alone, and he stood up for something, which he always likes to do.
Yay!
So Einari couldn't really stand up to you. He tried to explain himself to you and asked why you can't understand the weight that he carries on his shoulders and whatnot. And Higeki just went, "Fuck this shit," and bursted straight past you. And so now we're in the sort of underground prison area of the cathedral that crumbled. Seraphimon is lying asleep on top of what looks to be some kind of rock slab type thing. He's got like chains around him, and he's got like seals all over his body. But he seems to be writhing and wriggling in pain and anguish at his past mistakes as he sleeps. And Higeki put him between you and himself, and then started being all evil. not evil, misguided. So I think we left off with him
Unhinged.
saying something along the
Batshit
lines.
crazy.
Exactly.
Insane.
Exactly. He needs help. But yeah, we left off with him saying something along the lines of, I want to bring back this old digital world because there's more Digimon in it, and that means there's more Digimon to research, and think of all the scientific and technological advances and medical advances we could make in the real world if we just studied this one, and could use those Digimon's data to create new legs and artificial organs and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, all these Digimon are artificial anyway, and they don't actually live. That was his take on the digital world. Also, something I don't want to be in Kageyaki's shadow was his other sentiment.
It's really hidden sentiment.
It's a very hidden sentiment. He's quite subtle about him not wanting to be overshadowed by Kageyaki.
Yes.
So yeah, let's open up on that scene, shall we then? So I think Taisto, you're in the downstairs area with Higeki. I think Kageyaki, Sonya, you're probably rushing after them. You probably see Timio heel turn. Wait, I've used the wrong name there. Not Timio. Einari heel turn. And run after them as they went down the stairs, and you've probably gone after them. So you're chasing after Einari, who's chasing after Taisto, who's chasing after Higeki. It's a big Benny Hill theme song going around when that happens. What do you all do?
Well, I think the last time where we left off was basically with the not Einari. Higeki going for and Taisto, battling over the body of, or about to battle over the body of Seraphimon. So just if we my music.
And I struggled for the left. Oh well.
So Higeki went on his evil villain mad scientist speech, and I think Taisto will respond to that with something like, "How can you say something like that? Is that really how you feel about Digimon? Is that how you feel about your partner? How can you think like that? You're insane."
My partner? He's just a means to an end, a tool, useful to enact my plans, he says, quite coldly. As you can see, it gives me quite the firepower, he says as he lifts up the back wings of Lutramon. The fire building behind him as he sort of yells, "Stand down, or I'll make you sit down." Oh, Fred died, so that means Taisto doesn't have his anime powers anymore.
No.
Your
Robbie
evolution just
Litramon blasts him to
falls
smithereens.
apart.
No, not Fred. Anyway, so So stand down, or else I'll smack you down, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right. You know as well as I do that I can't let you do that, Higeki. There's no way we're going to let you murder Seraphimon, especially since he's, he's a bad dude, but it's not really something we can condone. So we can't let you do that. And if that's what it takes, I'm going to make sure to stop you. You will never dominate us. I will never stand down. You stand down, bitch.
Then you leave me no choice. You think you can stand a chance against me? You can't even bond with your Digimon. And he unleashes a pillar of fire from his wings that bursts towards Mistymon and you. I think it's at this time Einari also comes down the stairs, followed closely behind by Kageaki and Sonia.
Have I evolved?
If I remember rightly, you were stuck as Sanglupmon because you needed to do something that required strategic planning, because you were sort of winging it for now. And then you came up with a plan and got Eutimio on your side. So, I think you have triggered the necessary components to Digivolve, so please Digivolve into Matadomon for free, no roll needed.
Perfect.
What do you do, Taisto?
Well, I was waiting for the evolution seem to happen, but okay. We would like to not get incinerated to ash, please.
And how do you stop that from happening?
So there was a pillar of flame that came from below, from what direction?
It came from Bryoeludramon's wings and blasted over the top of Seraphimon and at you. But you also have various other people behind you now, so you can't just simply dodge out of the way.
Right. In that case, we're going to protect and defend the people behind us. Surely, by I think Mistymon. I think What is going on with the music?
No idea. He just keeps fucking off because he's inactive for too long, and too long is like 30 seconds now. I have no idea.
I mean, it's like my song earlier.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is pretty weird.
Well, in any case, I think we're going to tank this. So, as Mistymon notices that this pillar of flame is... What is this?
I tried to
Like
put
a
your
remix
song
or
on.
something?
I tried to put your song on and then it didn't work, and it just put Solar Blaze on instead.
Yeah, this is the original version. Mine is a remix. Or whatever.
Ah, I see.
One sec,
Yeah,
let me try and fix this.
Okay.
Fred, come on, you can.
Technical difficulties.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay, everyone mark check
We'll-
technical
we'll-
difficulties on your bingo cards.
Yeah, alright. So, seeing that this powerful pillar flame is approaching us, Mistymon throws out his hand and tries to conjure this magical shield or even a wall to take the hit and protect us and everyone behind us so that we wouldn't, die. Because dying is lame.
Could you roll to defend somebody with disadvantage?
Oh, thank you.
please?
Excellent. Disadvantage. Alright, we'll see. Can I?
We're gonna find out.
Right, so I have what? Plus one at disadvantage. How did the influence work with defending?
What do you mean? How did the
Do I need-
influence work? Oh, if you have
I
influence
need-
over anybody that you are defending, you get +1.
That I am okay. All right, so it's +2 with disadvantage. All right, excellent. Thank you.
So if you have influence over 2 people, you'd only get +1. You wouldn't get.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have 3. I have 3 and a negative condition and influence, so that's +2 in total.
Mhm.
So 3d6 +2. Let's go, and that is 9.
Nay.
9. Yep.
It's pretty decent. So at a 9, the music turns off.
Hooray! It turns out that the music is unstable or temporary.
So on a hit, you succeed, you keep them safe, but it also costs you, and you expose yourself to danger or harm to defend them. So I guess what this looks like is you take the blow head on to protect everyone behind you. You've got Mistymon trying to warp the fire, but it's too much fire for even Mistymon to handle, and it blasts him hard in the chest. I would like you to take the hopeless condition, please, Taisto. Hello?
Sure thing.
Okay, everyone
Yeah.
went really quiet then. Cool.
We're
so,
still mourning Fred, you see, that's
you
it's
also
very...
get to pick one of the following options.
it's
You
mine.
can either add team to the pool, take influence over somebody that you protected, or clear a condition.
Ooh,
Bear in mind,
pick
if
me.
you take influence over somebody you already have influence over, you get to fuck them up.
Ooh,
Yeah, no.
pick me. I'm technically a valid choice.
I'm not gonna pick you. Or I could hold.
Maybe just hates this specific fucking song, so let's fucking just play some.
Maybe.
Let's try the original.
I think I'll just hold. Yeah,
You'll hold.
I'll just hold. Nothing else. Yeah. I have the there when it matters. It allows me to hold when I instead of doing any of those things you mentioned, I could just hold and spend hold later.
On a hit, you can hold one decision on this, spend your hold to arrive on the scene later to help when someone's in danger. Regardless. Okay, that's cool.
I've used it like twice already. How do you not know that?
Sorry, I completely forgot about that move that you have. Cool, yeah, so, you take the blow head on. Mistymon gets singed by fire as he tries to control it. He makes it much less than it would have been, which is how he defends the people behind him. But it ends up that it's too much. His orb sort of backfire explodes and sends him flying backwards. And I think Einari catches you as Durandamon. Catches Mistymon. And I think he sort of starts restraining Mistymon. He sort of grabs him by the waist and holds him still. And you hear him say, "I'm sorry, but this is something we have to do."
Einari, let go of Mistymon! Taito says as he runs towards the pair of them.
Kageyaki,
Fred just
Kageyaki,
Fred just
Sonia,
can't.
what are you doing?
That's a very good question.
Also, why is Fred being a dick today?
I don't
No
know. It was
idea.
fine while my song was playing in the start of the season.
What's going on?
In fact, he specifically broke when we played Footsteps of Time, so maybe he just doesn't like Persona, and is now scowling.
Wow, he doesn't like that weeb shit, I see.
I tried to Google it. There's no quick fix, so unfortunately,
Either.
it's just a bug right now.
Oh man.
I wonder if there's a way to sort of like use the buttons to press play on it or something. If I did that. Q not available. Please Q track. Okay, fair. It doesn't work.
Q.
If you guys keep trying to make it work while we play, that'd be great. But yes, Sonia, Kageyaki, what do you do? Mistymon's been restrained by Durandamon, and you have Brywiludramon sort of blasting him with flames.
Oh boy.
Oh. Okay. Sonia is still with a little sheep right now, so I'd like to evolve, but I need to first embody my crest. And by doing so, she will look at the others in anger and a little sadness as well. But she doesn't really know if what they're doing is right or wrong. But what she knows is the expressions of the little ones that have been hurt so far in their quest for, uh, you know, for world restoration and so on. And she is not. She is convinced that hurting those little innocent people is certainly not a good thing to do, and going against these people is the path of justice. Through justice, maybe yes, no, probably not justice, but yeah. Bullshit city. Something righteous. That's righteous enough to possibly embody the lights. Maybe I don't know if I have to do something specific for it or not. That's pretty vague, actually.
So the Crest of Light's all about either bringing out the light in others or overcoming your own darkness. So how do you try to bring out the light in others in this situation?
In this situation, I would like them to stop feeling so resigned to their fate, as my friends kept on convincing myself that perhaps another option is available and nothing is so doom and gloom all the time, and that perhaps maybe we can, by putting our minds together, find a solution where everybody would be happy and that no one would need to um, cause needless sacrifices in order to achieve something greater. And maybe if we calm down, we could get along finally. And that I know that they're not bad people deep down. Well, most of them at least. um, and that they can be reasonable and they can achieve some great good. But right now they seem conflicted and torturing themselves by doing so instead of actually doing something good for the sake of it or because they feel like it. They seem to be tamed by their own destiny. And yeah, okay. I'm spinning it that way. Yeah. Break them free of their own fate.
So is that what you say to them out loud, or is this what you're hoping to do to them? Sorry.
I won't say, well, I won't say it to them in quite that same exact way right now, but because I'm pretty on the nose about it, but I'll certainly echo this sentiment once I get to talk to them.
Okay, so roll to Digivolve then, and then we'll.
I will roll for Digivolve.
What the fuck? How did you even get that one?
What the podcast?
How did you get that?
Knowing yourself and how to understand personality and willpower.
I
Alright.
mean, I guess that fits.
Links it is, you piece of shit.
Well, it's with plus condition. I do not have any, but I don't remember what happens when I fail. Just to make sure.
Don't worry about it. Just get good at RNG.
Successful, interrupted, marker condition. Okay, that should be fine. 2d6. Okay, let's go. Yes, that's not the same comment. Still not used to it.
Yeah, it's. I don't like it.
7. That's
Yeah,
success.
that's-
yeah. That's
Okay, so we
exactly
see
what I needed.
we see. I believe you were a Sleepmon at the time, right?
Yes.
So we see Sleepmon digivolve. You're embodying light right now, so he digivolves into Luminamon. What does that look like?
That's interesting because I haven't seen. I haven't had an evolution of, in that side yet. I don't think. What does that look like? I think. Sleepmon is casting her pillow away in a dramatic fashion so that the camera just cleanly wipes over, like it takes the whole screen, and when the camera comes back to under the pillow, we see that the evolution has already started. That Sleepmon wings turn into maybe not the wings, maybe the horns. Yes, the horns turn into the little floppy eel wings that Luminamon has, and the wings are folding into themselves to create the sweater, and twirling into the air. The power of light becomes a halo hovering above. Well, yeah, mostly above Luminamon, and shining bright onto the battlefield, even in those, well, corridors. Well, I guess it's already shining bright because it's heaven, but you know, it's even more shining now. You can't look away from Luminamon, that's for sure. You cannot ignore her, and she is going to, blind her enemies with the power of light and friendship and love, and actually just light. But yes,
I'm afraid friendship and hope aren't here today.
darn it,
Friendship is here.
friendship
It's
is
in our
magic.
hearts.
My God.
I don't know. There's been
Alright, darkness.
there's been a lot of falling
Light
out
and
lately,
darkness.
so is
Oh,
friendship
wow.
there? Okay, cool. So
Wow.
you try and blind them. Could you give me a unleash your powers roll? That sounds like
Yes,
blind
you
them.
know. I'm
And it would be
very
with
good.
disadvantage because they're mega level Digimon.
I'm still, yes.
Don't worry about it. Just get good
I'm-
at RNG.
Yeah, do a
D6,
Taisto
no,
and
3d6.
roll a crit that then gets replaced with a 1.
Plus 3. Is plus 3? Yes. I don't have influence over them, I assume. Actually, do I? Eutimio, Stella? No, I don't have influence over the other ones.
I don't even have influence over your team, and just. Which
I
is very
think-
funny to
I
me.
think when you talked him down, you probably gained it, so feel free to gain influence over you.
Okay, that. It was so
Okay.
fun not having it.
3, 3, 3, 9.
9. Okay, cool. On a 9 it works, but it's either unstable or temporary, I will decide, or you can mark a condition to make it work perfectly.
No, I think it's fine. I mean, it makes sense for it to just blind them a little bit, you know?
Cool. So I think it blinds them just enough to sort of offer a window of opportunity. Kageyaki, how do you seize that window of opportunity to help free Mistymon or fight Higaki?
Oh boy.
Or do other knowledge-based things?
Well. Maybe if we just keep banging our head on this wall. Well. Those two haven't seen me use my portal, so they may not be aware of it. And their goal is Seraphimon. At the same time, freeing Taisto is important. Well, not freeing Taisto, fuck him. I freeing Seraphimon.
My ship, my precious ship.
What
Oh,
about
that's
Taigeyaki,
fucking-
guys?
How is Durandamon holding Mistymon in place?
He's sort of bear hugging him around the waist and squeezing, which has caused him to drop his sword, which is sort of like just buried itself slightly in the ground beside him. And then you got like Taisto running at Durandamon saying, "Put him down, put him down."
Alright, let's try a combination attack. I'll lower Durandamon's. No! I lower Durandamon's front leg into my pocket dimension, and then have Matadormon use a myriad of rapiers to loosen the grip while he's confused.
Cool. Could you please roll to defend Mistymon? You don't need to do it with disadvantage because he's blinded right now.
Blinded by hatred like the fool he is!
Ooh, get better material.
Eito.
Cool. So on an 8, you expose yourself to danger.
Turns out being face to face with a ultimate level Digimon is not wise for a human.
uh,
Really? I would have done that actually.
I think as you save Mistymon, sorry, you like drop Durandamon's legs into the pocket dimension and start rapiering him at him. Durandamon like staggers backwards and falls as his legs get caught in the portal, and his grip on Mistymon is released. But at that exact moment, Bryoui Ludramon has raised one of his I don't know what you call it, dragon claws, and he looks like he's about to slash down at Seraphimon. What do you do? Also, pick one of the 3 options on defend someone.
Oh, I'll definitely influence over Mistymon specifically, eh?
Yes.
Nah, I have too many conditions. I got a clear one. Clear. Insecure, because if we got one of them on our side, surely. Surely. That's how that works.
So sorry, which one did you pick? Sorry.
Insecure, because if we got 2 of them on our side, then surely the other 2 will come.
Okay, cool.
Right?
So clearing insecure. Cool.
All right. All right.
Also, I'm just gonna quickly say how much team you have because you're entering battle against a dangerous foe as a team. So does anybody have influence over everybody?
I used to. I don't know if I still have Kageki.
No.
Nope. No,
Cool.
not yet.
Does
Not
everybody have the same purpose in the fight?
Calm them down. Yeah, yes.
Save them.
Yeah, save them.
Cool. If any team member mistrusts another team member, I will remove a team from the pool.
That's Elino for Kakayaki mistrusts.
Unresolved issues go brrr.
Okay. I wonder if Kageyaki will ever come around to trusting Taisto again.
The way he's going, nope.
And is your team ill prepared or off balance for the situation at hand?
Not particularly.
Probably not at this point. We also have 2 of them on our side, so.
Sure. Okay, so you gain 1 extra team on top, so you've got 2 teams to play with.
Woohoo!
Woo! Yay! Anyway, being freed of Durandamon's grip, I think Mistymon notices what Bryoui Ludramon is about to do, and then just explodes in Durandamon's direction and goes to smash him back with his sword.
Cool. Could you roll to directly engage a threat? But before you do that, could you roll to Digivolve, please?
Thank you. Sure thing. I would love to Digivolve. Let me just real quick.
How the fuck do I activate knowledge here? Like, how do I do this?
Roll. That's an 8, so it does actually succeed.
Octo.
Oh.
Cool. Describe the Digivolution and then roll to directly engage a threat.
All right. I think what happens is that Mistymon charges at Durandamon, not Durandamon, Bryoui Ludramon, and manages to like smack him back, but it doesn't do anything. And then Bryoui Ludramon is like, "Fuck you," and scorches Mistymon with this like entire pillar of flame. And just as it seems like Mistymon is about to be incinerated, there's this blinding light, or rays of blinding light that shoot out of the fire, and then this armored hand reaches out from inside the fireball. This is medieval Dukemon's hand, and seizes like Durandamon by the Bryoui Ludramon by the throat, and tries to smack him away. And that's where we go. I would last evolution music, but I know that it's not gonna last, so it's not worth it. All right, let's see.
It's a burst evolution. It only lasts for a short while.
Yes. Also, because we're angry, we're going to be using that, so it's an advantage, and so it's going to be that's plus 3. Yeah, all right, there we go.
Time for it to be May.
Didn't matter, but it's an 8.
Wait, why are we rolling with disadvantage?
Advantage.
With advantage.
Why
Because
rolling with advantage?
angry.
Oh, because angry. Okay, cool.
Because angry.
Venting
so it was,
frustration.
venting frustration. Yeah.
Yes, sorry. So yes, that's an 8. So you get to pick one of the options from the list.
Yes, we're going to resist or avoid their blows.
So you're not going to prevent them from attacking
Yeah.
Seraphimon.
We what?
You're not going to prevent
Is
them
that
from attacking
something you
Seraphimon.
need?
That's the thing we're trying to prevent here. He's trying to smash down on Seraphimon throughout this fight.
But that was the whole, like, it's not one of those 4 options.
In that
so
case, why is
this
it not
like,
defend?
So it'd be
point
taking from
of
them.
This was to succeed in.
It'd be taking something from them to prevent them.
Okay, I guess I'll take the opportunity to attack Seraphimon from them.
Cool.
I suppose. All right.
So what does that
So-
look like?
Yeah. So from the middle of this, like, Bribeludramon induced inferno, an armored arm stretches out and grabs Bribeludramon by the throat, and then smacks him away, or like throws him away to the back wall. And from this like ball of fire emerges medieval Dukemon, standing triumphantly that he managed to stop them for like half a second, and obviously ignoring the fact that his cape is on fire and he's scorched all over, and stuff like that. It's minor. It's a minor. It's just a flesh wound.
Cool. So yeah,
So Bribeludramon flies into a back wall or something like that.
Cool. He flies into a back wall. I think as he does this and gets slammed into the wall, he sort of blasts fire just at the feet of Medieval Dukemon, and it sort of destabilizes the ground under his feet, causing him to sort of fall over himself. And then I think we see Durandamon swoop forward from behind after getting up and starts spinning with serrated blades and hits Medieval Dukemon in the back. I'd like you to take a powerful blow, please. And then we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah. All right. 9.
Oh, 9. Oh, 9. Can I give him a Timon to make it a 10? Wait, you forgot the target!
You missed a spot. Let me beat him up with you. Yeah, pick one of the 7 to 9 options on taking a half.
We give ground. The opposition gets an opportunity.
Cool. So I think the way that this manifests is so you get serrated in the back, and Medieval Dukemon stumbles forward, and I think we see Bribeludramon, his figure sort of crashing, like he's made like a big Bribeludramon shaped crevice in the wall that he crashed into, and he sort of unplugs himself from that crevice that he's made. He spits out some blood, lands on all fours, wriggles his wings, and he says, "Oh, this is brilliant. To think you'd be up here fighting us and stopping us from killing a homicidal maniac. That you haven't even looked back at what's happening down in your precious little village right now. Hey, Kakeyaki, say hi to your dad for me," he says.
Okay.
Hi, Dad.
He
I'm waiting for the image.
he you see him like a visor fall down in front of his eyes, and he blinks a couple of times, and then an image of Icon City appears on a screen beside you. We see scientists being abducted by a numerous number of Caramon from Icon City. We see Digimon taking shelter in their homes. We see one of the scientists like pulls a gun out, and Caramon just rips his arms off in a very gruesome way. There are there seem to be thousands of Caramon in this city, just swarming the place, looking for the scientists and abducting them where they can.
You what, mate?
So what's it gonna be, Digidestined? Are you gonna save this homicidal maniac that wants to kill all the virus Digimon? Or are you going to save your precious dad, Kageyaki? Time's ticking. I think you see at this point, Einari is like, Higeki, what the... This wasn't the plan. Plans change. I had something on the side planned. Caramon, you see. We're going to need these scientists if we're going to succeed.
Fool! Do you not understand? Caramon is playing you. He's playing you. He doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't give a shit about anyone besides himself. He's going to destroy everything.
That's what I'm counting on, you dumbass, he says. He doesn't care about anyone or anything. Even me, and I know that. But our goals align. If he can help me, then I'm more than happy to help him. If it means that I surpass you, I'd give up anything for that, he says.
He's way more Fagon than I thought, holy shit.
Oh yeah. Oh my voiceover does. Ooh, he's down deep.
What do you guys do? You're stuck in between a rock and a hard place.
I think you talk too much.
That's enough.
Medieval Dukemon says, and yes, that's enough with a different set of words.
He can't say that's enough this
Medieval
episode
Dukemon
because
No
it's so
catchphrase.
exclaims and basically just flies towards Rival Ludrum and punches him in the face. Just punches. We're not even gonna hit him with a halberd or blast magic or anything. We're just gonna punch him in the face because honestly, who doesn't want to punch Higeki in the face?
I think as you punch him in the face, he's laughing his head off. Like, he doesn't seem to care that you're punching him in the face. He just laughs and laughs. He doesn't even fight back.
Okay, but while we're doing this, how about Kagayaki? You and Sonia go down to the village and help them. I'll try to handle this.
All right.
Can't stay here any longer. It's the little ones, you know. You
Go,
cowards.
go. You go. You absolutely go. Stella, go with her.
Guys, this wasn't the plan. I promise I'd never do anything like this. Einari seems to be struggling.
Einari, please look at me. Keramon is playing you for fools. He is planning to destroy everything. You won't get to save anything if you follow him. Please help us out here.
It's almost as if I told him. It's almost as if I told him that.
But
Wow.
he has the other digital world. He has the memory. He has it stored in the RAM of a Digimon that's helping him. We can't bring it back without him. I didn't plan for any of this to happen. I just wanted to set what I did wrong right, he said.
God damn it, there's time for this. Just fucking trust us, please. We'll find a way.
Excuse me, but I really don't have the time or the patience to deal with you
No,
right
go,
now.
go, go. You absolutely go.
So, you figure this out, and hopefully you figure this out before everyone gets killed. Thank you very much. And with that, I'll leave you to it. And she is going to, well, probably teleport is the fastest way here. Well, I don't know, because if Stella's coming with me, I probably cannot teleport with her. So maybe we'll go through the skies. Yeah. Unless I can use the pocket dimension if I get the little tigamajig, but yeah, I guess that's up on you.
I mean, I'm more than happy for you to use Portal in this situation if you want to appear next to anyone you want in the scene of Icon City that we get in the television screen that has been put up by Higeki.
In front of Gabumon and Otamamon, if they are together, you know.
Yeah, I think you teleport in. You see, you like teleport underneath a set of slides in the playground area. You see Otamamon and Gabumon. They're sort of cowering underneath the slide, hiding. And you portal through with a big burst of pink lights and Luminamon just behind you.
No worries, children. Mom is here. And I'm here to settle things.
They leap at you and give your legs the biggest hug ever.
Lots of hug for this past few days. Thank you, children.
They're visibly crying and distraught at what's happening. I think you look out from where the slide is, and you see that the Karamon are picking up as many scientists as they can, lifting them into the sky, and going through their own little white dimension portals to take them away to wherever it is they're taking them. What do you do?
So, okay. Multiple things. First off, I'd like to go in the center of the village with. Well, I'd like to. Sonia will talk to the little ones to secure the villagers and go to the secret escape routes and whatnot that we surely have installed by now. While all the while, Luminamon takes to the center of the village, high up in the sky, and just goes for full on nuclear lights to blind. First off, blind the Karamon to distract them a little bit. She will then become invincible. Take the scientist away while they are not looking. Create, thanks to the Sleepmon powers, some mist to allow everyone to retreat more safely. And thanks to that mist, create maybe illusions of herself and of the scientists to create as much confusion within the enemy ranks as possible. Yeah. Operation Escape. Go. Big rescue.
So this sounds like a lot. So I'm going to say it is a defend someone role because you're defending the city.
Yes.
But because you're defending the entire city and creating smoke and blinding Karamon, etc., you're doing a lot of things at once. I'm going to say it's with disadvantage.
Surely
that
the
is fine.
holy ring shall assist. She still has it.
I do. Well, which role would defend? So not the other one.
Savior.
Savior is the first one. Why not unleash my powers? I've unleashed a lot of powers.
Don't you, don't you miss the days when your savior was always at 3?
I don't. It's still there.
And a disadvantage too, so yeah, that's pretty much going to fail.
Surely you got this.
Well, who knows after all, but yeah,
Not at all
I'm not
indeed.
holding my breath. 3d6 minus 2. Yeah, that's not.
Oh!
That's a 0.
That is a crit fail as well. I think what we see is we see the Karamon abducting the scientists, and the moment they see Luminamon fly into the middle of the sky and start glowing, we see several of the Karamon swarm her. They sort of wrap their tendrils around her and start biting her.
Ay, 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 ay.
She screams in agony as this happens. Sonia! Ah! She yells as they bite into her. Could you, Sonia, please take Afraid as your partner Digimon screams in agony? What do you do to try and help Luminamon?
Learn how to fly.
I think they drag her into the ground as they're like chomping on her. She's falling because she's an ultimate level Digimon, so she'll be sort of heavier than the Karamon in terms of data.
You monsters! Let her go! Shining Digivice Bright towards the Karamon, hopefully doing anything to them. Otherwise, what could I possibly do as a puny human? I do have potential moves after all, but I cannot really charge something. Will my powers? Yeah, that'd be nice, but I don't know. Something only I could do. What would I be the only one?
You could do Holy Power. That would work here.
So I can take a moment to charge up my powers. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
while you're running at her and holding up the Digivice, that could be you charging the power.
okay, that makes sense. Hopefully that works because that's plus condition and I only have one. And if I fail, I'm like 3 conditions. Oh, that's a tough move. Okay, well, I'll try. Let's go. 2d6 plus 1. Oh, wow, that's a crit success now.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, right, I had a miss in the previous roll, so I marked potential, right?
Yeah.
So I level up. Yes, which means I can maybe unlock an advanced move, and that would be the empathize one because that's fitting for Sonia, but I won't be using it right now. I don't think.
Okay.
Yes, well, that's just so you know. I'll try and write it down at some point. Well, okay, so I'm charging my powers as I move towards Luminamon with my Digivice shining down. You're looking for me, right? Huh? Well, I don't know if you can even comprehend me, but hey, here I am. Look at me, and shining my power towards Luminamon, charging her, and possibly making her save up energy to burst all of the Karamon around her, and hopefully deal with the riffraff in one fell swoop. Yes.
A roll to directly engage a threat with Unique.
Unique, that's great.
But
That's
if you do,
great.
you'll cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend a second hold.
I have 3 for the scene. I can hold 2. Yeah, I can use 2. Yeah. So I'll do as much. Well, first off, I should roll. I might fail. What's Unique plus 3? Okay. Oh, that's good too, of course.
Nice.
So I use 2 holds, so I'm only at 1. Yeah, blast all these little critters.
Describe what it looks like, and then tell us which 2 options you take on the directly engage a threat.
As the Caramon are looking up at Sonia, the enlightened one, the one that they I don't know what kind of relationship they entertain with our Caramon, but you know the main Caramon, the big boss, is considered a primate target after all. They're distracted enough, and they all look in awe at the child, while the Luminamon is recovering just enough to channel energy through a halo which is shining a deep pink and creating and charging a ball of light in the center, expanding even further in really quick motion, displacing all the closest one right away. Maybe destroying them in the process. I don't know if the light is really weak, is really strong against these beings of, pure evil, as it were. But I'm sure it will at least hurt them quite a bit.
Yeah, it will hurt them for sure. I mean, in law, Caramon X antibodies can take on mega level Digimon, so I think your ultimate level light probably just hurts it quite badly. They get sort of burnt by the light, they get pushed back, some of them retreat through their little white portals. And I think we see, as you do this, the light shines throughout Icon City, and we see around the corner pokes the head of Mudfrigimon and Triceramon and Leomon, and you hear Leomon yell out, "Now's our chance! Charge!" And they all run in after you. We see Triceramon try to Trihorn attack one of them. We see Leomon sword fighting one out of the city, chopping off its tendrils and whatnot while they're blinded by this big ray of light.
Yeah.
Mudfrigimon's building up some ramparts to sort of use for cover whenever the light starts fading out. You start getting reinforcements from the city, Sonia. I think you've inspired them to do this. So please roll to Digivolve again.
Ooh, nice. I'll go
Surely.
for the plus.
Wow.
Let's go. 3 plus 1. Nope.
Ooh.
Unless beyond the grave, my friends can help me.
I can try a huge ash pull.
You can?
You suddenly remember the warm light of the hug that Daisto gave you just like 2 minutes ago. And
I
you
was
get
going
this
to-
power
I was going to say something about the holy ring that Kagayaki gave her because he believes in her and the light inside of her, and it resonates. And gives a +1.
Did we see Kageyaki give her that on camera, or is this something that you're sort of...
Yeah, it was before we
Flashback.
headed to Wizardry.
Okay. So maybe we have if you'd like to do that, we have a flashback to that moment where Kageyaki hands her the ring, says some kind words about how she'll bring the light to everybody and all that kind of good stuff. And it's those words that flash through your mind, Sonia, and give you the resolve to continue inspiring these people to, stand up on their own 2 feet.
Oh, that's fucking
Okay.
amazing.
At this point,
Yeah.
I'm changing my server name. Let me give me a second. I did server profile.
Wait, you're changing your username?
Yes.
I'm waiting for the punch. Spoke.
There it is.
You are.
You are the
Yeah, you
absolute
are.
champion.
Thank you. What would we do without you? Power of flashback. Friendship on my side. I cannot possibly lose. Evolution sequence again. Stop the music if I can remember how to do the things. But blah. Yes. As the reinforcements arrive, and the village unites as one. Sonia's heart is. Oh man, it's been a while. The first time this session. Yes, Sonia's heart lights up with a newfound warmth that there are people indeed that need her right now, right this instant. And even if she hasn't dissipated all of her insecurities yet, she knows that it's in this instant they're all united as one person. And this light allows Luminamon to go through our well-known evolution sequence where Twin Tails emerge from her own ear, wings, things. Yes, and our wounds start to dissipate and energy is bursting from within. And she's taking a heroic pose as the protector of the village, and she is screaming out, "Do not worry, little ones. I am here to help. I will be more than enough to hold everyone back. So please retreat to a safe place if you feel if you're feeling scared. If you wish to help, however, let's beat them up and bring them back where they belong. Everyone, are you with me?"
You hear like the whole village scream, "Yeah!" Except for the children. You see like Mummymon come out of this library, kicking the door open, pulling out a massive rifle electric gun thing.
Yeah.
Blasting some of the Karamon down. You see Tyrannomon burst forth from Kageyaki's house. I think he takes part of the front door with him as he does so by accident. But he takes several of the Karamon by surprise and starts ramming them into walls and stuff. And you see like the whole of Icon Village sort of come together under your banner of light and start helping you fight back against the horde.
I'm the leader now, bitch.
I think it's at that point we cut back to Taisto and Kageyaki. Taisto, Medieval Digimon's laying into Bryluludramon at the moment, and he's still laughing maniacally.
Right.
And I think out of the corner of, I think Kageyaki notices it first and maybe yells out about it, but Kageyaki, you notice on Seraphimon's chest is a device that seems to have clamped itself onto Seraphimon. It's metallic. It has several like touch pad interfaces on the front with like various buttons and percentages and whatnot. And it seems to be whirring, and the center part seems to be rising up. What do you both do?
I rush to the bomb.
Would you, Kagayaki, who has, let me see, +2 superior, wish to assess the situation so that we know what happens, what is going on?
Yes, with my +2, right? Would you like me
Yes,
to
I
roll
know
with
you
that?
also have a -2, but you know, it's a 0. It's more than my -2.
I inspect the bomb.
Cool, please
Otherwise,
roll
I'm going to fucking freestyle it.
Please roll to assess the situation.
Name.
Nice. So pick one question, please.
How the fuck do I defuse it?
Okay, so this isn't a bomb. As you like rush closer to see what's happened to Seraphimon, your visor scans over it and you detect that it's actually some kind of extraction device that Higeki's put on his chest. After a certain amount of charging up, it'll probably extract Seraphimon's Digicore, ending his life, but keeping his core inside the device. If you want to turn it off, you'll have to do it extremely carefully, because if you remove it haphazardly, it might just rip out Seraphimon's chest and kill him anyway. So you'll have to be very careful and sort of remove it with surgical precision.
Taisto, keep him busy! I begin.
Also,
Actually-
please roll to Digivolve because you did something knowledgeable.
Haha! Surely! Ike? 9!
Cool, describe how Matadormon digivolves.
So, Oscar Yaki yells out to Taisto to keep him busy. Keep him busy, please. And begins to work together with Matadormon. His device signs a dump purple. Matadormon beginning to rise in size and scale and grow extra legs and even wings. As his mastery of the arcane heightens more and more, ending up as the good old Granddaddy Dracmon, the perfect person to help. Surely.
Right. So
Like,
while
and who's to live?
that is going on, Taisto charges towards Durandamon, and then in a feat of athletic prowess, climbs or parkours up the Durandamon's body all the way so that he clings to Durandamon's head, so that he can stare Einari right in the fucking eye. What are you guys doing? Jesus.
You see, while I attempt this operation, unfortunately Seraphimon may die, but that is a sacrifice that I am willing to make.
Right. Right. Anyway, so the Taisto can stare directly into Einari's eyes as he says, Einari, stop this madness. That's all he says right now for now.
Yamete!
Yamete, Einari!
Yamete, Yugi!
It wasn't supposed to be like this, Taisto. It was only supposed to be Seraphimon. But then Stella got in the way, and now Higeki has this side plan. It's all going off the rails. I'm supposed to be the leader of this group, and I feel like an absolute dunce, he says. This isn't going as planned at all. Taisto. What would you do in this situation? It's wrong to let this happen, but it's the only way to right this terrible wrong. There's no other way. I need the memory from Nemesine-mon. Taisto, I don't know if you're talking right now, but okay, go.
I wasn't.
So
I wasn't. I was wondering what the heck Elephant was on about.
your image was lighting up green, so
You
the
know
way
what?
you were trying to talk and it was blank. so
Right.
just double checking.
It's probably just like ambient noise that the microphone picks up. Anyway, so what would you do? This is blah blah blah. It wasn't. This is the only way to right the wrong. All right. Einrich, you need to stop this right now. I promise we're going to find a way so that the old digital world can be returned, but it does not need to come at the cost of this one. You can't sacrifice this digital world for that one. You can't. You said that you bear the weight of such grief and terrible fate, and I cannot let you make this mistake on top of that one. Help us help you so that we can bring that world into existence again. and that no one needs to die. You need to see that this is idiocy, this is stupid, this is foolish, it's reckless. Stand down and let us help you.
Okay. 2 seconds. I just want to see. Okay, could you... So there's 2 ways this can go. You can either roll to comfort and support Einari, or
I'll pick that one. That one, thank you.
or you
No,
can
no, no,
take
wait, the other
advantage-
one gets to be worse roll.
Or you could take advantage of your influence over him to have him mark a condition, and that might get him to stand down.
I'm not gonna do that. Why would I do that? I don't want to give up my.
That
influence,
sounds
okay?
fun though.
I mean, Taisto is so out of character to like psychologically manipulate someone into doing this bidding. He's never done that. Right?
I have no idea what you're on about, but cool. I'm gonna roll to comfort and support. That's something I can actually do, I think. Now that
Okay.
I'm no longer angry as well, so it's not what +3. Yes, excellent. Hup, here we go. It's a 10.
Nice. On a 10, I think you get to clear a condition as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, on a 10 plus, you can also add team to the pool or clear a condition yourself. And on a hit, they hear you.
I'm gonna clear a condition.
Cool. Which condition do you clear?
I think I'm going to clear insecure because I think that this this speech that he just gave reinforced his own convictions, so he no longer feels as insecure about himself as he did while he still had that condition.
Cool. I think Einari sort of gets the resolve from your speech, gives you a big nod, and then he rushes forward, yells Sakagiaki, "I'll help hold him off as long as I can," he says, and then sort of spins like a Beyblade, and spins around medieval Dukemon and starts slashing at Brywiludramon, whose body is slowly curling up into like a big ball of shield, and he's slicing and dicing at the shield, trying to break through it. And all you can hear is the cackling of Higeki behind it. That ball of steel that it seems to be shielding Higeki, it's starting to glow a hot red and sort of warp a little bit, like it's getting too hot and starting to melt on the inside. While that happens, Kagiaki, tell us what you're doing to try and help Seraphimon. Dr. Kagiaki.
You assume I know how the fuck the device works out of game.
Hey, what does it if this was an anime, what would it look like you were doing on the screen?
Well, he has the like pop-up panel thanks to his visor, like the one in Cyber Sleuth when you cast the skills.
Yeah.
He's on the more technological side. Meanwhile, Granddaddy Drachmon is slapping rune after rune, examining every spook and corner of the damn device. Their powers come. Alright. Their powers coming together as one. And eventually the runes combining with the sci-fi panels, as they get a proper scan of it and notice where the connection between the device and the Digicore actually is. At which point they shall begin a very, very, very precision-based quote-unquote surgery to sever the connection and let Seraphimon keep suffering forevermore.
Cool. Could you please roll to unleash your powers?
I can make an attempt.
Or I guess actually this would be more wielding your powers, sir.
That's basically the same thing, but we take those. Ike! Nine.
Cool. On a hit, choose one of the following. You can either take hold of something vulnerable for you, to you create something useful from your environment, neutralize a threat or an opponent, at least for now.
Ideally, I'll neutralize the threat.
Cool. So we see you disarm the device. It whirs to a stop and stops charging up. We then see Grand Drachmon start surgically with magic slicing between the connections of the Digicore and this device. It's going to take a little bit of time for him to do that, and you're going to need to be well defended for him to actually finish it. But you figured out how it works, you figured out how to disarm it, you just need time. Time which you may not have. We see that ball of Brywiludramon glowing brightly, the cackling of Higeki getting louder and more maniacal, and the bright red magma-ish light coming through the cracks getting brighter and brighter. Taisto, he might explode in a moment. What do you do?
I think, like, currently, so it's Einari as Durandamon, Einari slash, you know, his Digimon partner as Durandamon, and Medieval Dukemon who are fighting Brywiludramon, and Taisto is hanging on to Durandamon's head while this happens. So I think Medieval Dukemon notices this happening, that they're not getting through, and it seems like they're going to be in a lot of danger in a moment. So I think he like grabs Durandamon by the shoulder and pulls him back, say "watch out," and then starts building this magical shield around to seal Durandamon inside, not Durandamon, Brywiludramon inside, and to protect everyone else from the imminent explosion.
Please roll to
He's
defend.
just contained. Oh well, I gladly, thank you. Let's see. 6 plus 4. Yeah, yes, 4.
Yeah,
yes.
you have influence over Einari.
Yes, I do. Just
Arcana.
checking that I have. That's correct, and that is also correct. I'm no longer insecure. Yeah, there we go. I wonder if this is going to be a success. 12.
Woohoo!
Cool, it's a success. Do you wish to add a team to the pool, or the other one's clear condition? Is it? No, it's take influence over
Clear
something protected or clear condition.
Clear condition.
Cool.
If I were to take influence over Einari again, what would that do? Would that do anything?
No, not because he's not a player character. You can't exactly fuck him up, unfortunately. I guess it just means you get double influence on him, which doesn't do anything.
Right, okay, so in that case I'm gonna... Ooh, I could also...
You could get influence over his partner Digimon, though, I suppose.
I don't even know who that is.
Duramon.
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, but Taisto has never met Duramon. So, or Zubamon. No, wait, Duramon? Fuck is Duramon?
Yeah, who the fuck's Duramon? What?
Duramon, I think, is the first evolution.
Oh, my bad. Yeah,
That's Zubamon?
Zubamon.
Zubamon.
What is this?
Zubaigermon, Duramon, and Durandalmon.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And,
Sorry,
And,
I got the names mixed
and
up.
Sakutomon before that. Zubamon.
Yeah, the
Oh,
baby.
Zubamon.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. I could take influence over Zubamon. No, I think instead, because Taisto's never met Zubamon, so I think instead we'll just clear Hopeless, because it seems like we're solving the problem right now. He has finally been reunited with Einari after searching for 5,000 years. And Higeki is under control, and they're about to save Seraphimon as much as that, sucks. So yeah, hopeless gone. Hopelessly gone.
And you do protect them and you do keep them safe, and there is no collateral damage, so your spell shield works perfectly. Baroludramon explodes with this big, fiery, magma-like explosion. You see molten magma like plume up against the shield and sort of solidify into stone as it starts sliding down the barricade you've put up. And everything inside that sphere is basically like incinerated. There is nothing left but Baroludramon once it's done. But you manage to defend everybody in the room. And I think it's at this point that Higeki notices that Kageyaki is tinkering with the device on Seraphimon's chest. I think he's gonna start getting angry. He screams out, "How dare you meddle with my invention! You will see how inferior you are to me," he says. And his wings unfurl, and as it does, it like smashes open the force field that Medieval Gallantmon put around him. And he shoots up into the air flying and swoops down with his entire body's force towards Seraphimon and Kageyaki. And as that's happening, we'll cut back to Sonia in Icon City.
Gasp.
Really, guys?
The gasp. Hello. Yes. So, if it's my time to attack, then I will assemble all of our little ragtag team of defenders and corner all of the Caramon. Thanks to light punches, magical punches, she could, I don't know, maybe seek them out and bring them here. She could just somewhat, I don't know if teleport them would, maybe, but it's not like the portal ability, so I don't use my things. So bring them where we can see them, beat them up a little bit, probably, and yeah, just all the allies would normally have no chance of winning. Suddenly feel a boost in the energy just by being in the presence of a lovely Angemon, which evolved from Luminamon, and thus inherited abilities, which will also prevent them from being hurt too badly, hopefully. Yeah, so the plan is just round them up all in a general area where we can see them and prevent them from hurting as many people as possible, as quickly as possible.
Okay, could you roll to unleash your powers, please?
I will roll to unleash my powers. Yes. We'll do that roll. You will
Nice.
regret seeing this. Crit. Oh.
Nice.
I beat them all up. They're all dead now. I won. I saved the game. I saved Digimon Vortex. No Caramon.
We
mean,
see on the
this
upper left
isn't-
corner,
this
auto
isn't-
saving.
This isn't the Caramon. This is just Caramon's family of
I know.
brothers and sisters.
Yes, but if you fuck them up, then he will hurt as well.
Yes, exactly. That's how it works.
So yeah, you hold them up in your holy light and start pummeling them with your fists. You capture them and prevent them from attacking the city any further. What do you do now that they're sort of trapped?
Well, lovely Algemon will tower over them, arms crossed, just looking at them very menacingly. Sonia, looking non-pleased, will stand underneath her. Just try one last plea, as seen if they're even capable of thought. So, have anything to say for yourselves? Hurting innocent people?
So hungry, one of them says. Must devour everything. Yes, devour it all.
I see.
And then one of
I
them
was afraid of
floats.
this.
One of them floats to the front and puts a hand up and says, "I'm sorry, miss. I didn't mean to." And another one yells from below, "Yes, she did. Don't let her fool you." And she has like a weird scoff look on her face after that happens. And then another Caramon flies to the front and he's like, "We're just following orders, miss. Gotta take the scientists back to our brother."
Have they taken quite a few scientists by now?
Yeah, there's quite a few missing. They haven't took all of them, but they have taken quite a number of the scientists that came to the digital world.
Okay. So, I'll leave you one chance. You know, if you want to live right now, you should bring back all of the scientists you took. Right this instant. I don't care if that goes against what your Caramon friend told you, or your orders you've been asked to follow. If you want to live, this is your only option. Understood? Bring them back here, or, well, you'll find out. Does that count as provoking them, or?
No, I think you hear behind you. Oh, no, no, no.
Fuck.
Sanaya,
Fuck. Yeah.
you would hurt my family? After everything I've done to rebuild yours? Come now.
You.
This isn't, the way, he says. This isn't, very digi-destined of you. You see a, like, pink vortex just rip open, and out steps Diaboromon.
You've got some nerve showing up here, pretending to reunite me with my family, you say? What a joke. You've done nothing but tearing people's lives apart and laughing at them.
On the
You've
contrary,
been using everyone else.
I've been giving everyone exactly what they want. I have never lied to them. I have only offered them what they want. To try and make them happy. To remind them of who they were and what they did. So they won't repeat the same mistakes of the past. He leans in a little closer. But you... you take this too far. How dare you think you can trap my brothers and sisters?
Oh,
He stabs his tail into the ground and uses it as a seat. You see, Sanaya, I care about every single one of my brothers and sisters. They are very precious to me, he says. You didn't really think that I'd send them out to face the Digidestined unprepared, would you? They're not even really here, he says, with a big smile spreading across his face.
does that even... You know what? Never mind, I'm not even listening to you. All is You always have tricks up your sleeves. No, it's all just a game for you.
Oh, no, no, no,
You have
Sonaya. This is not a game. This is justice, he says. His arm reaches out tendril-like with this pink goopiness to his arm. It rapples and grabs lovely Angemon and then slams her into a nearby building. The Keramon trapped in the bubble escape, biting their way through it, and they latch themselves onto walls and buildings in the city. And then you notice that their heads start spinning, and their bodies break. Their tendrils sort of break into these sort of weird metallic spider-like legs. And then they start beeping really loudly.
That's not good.
I would never let my brothers and sisters come to harm, but they always do love my toys. You see, I am something of a scientist myself, he says.
Is
You
it the
did not
thing?
just say that.
You
You.
are going to let me have all of the scientists in the city, or I shall blow it to smithereens.
PbtA. Coming into my house, threatening my family, and then have the gall of saying you're only doing this for yours, the sake of your family. You sicken me. You like to pretend you're doing this for the people you care about. Then why are you so happily trampling on others? On others' lives, happiness, souls, dignity. You would blow everyone up.
That's quite simple, dear Sanaya. You see, I don't care about anyone else. They have proven themselves to be backstabbing, lying, thieving, conniving, villainous. No one's ever pure and just and kind. They always stab you in the back eventually. So I thought to myself, how do I fix the problem? As a scientist, I put my mind to it and I reached the conclusion. To protect my family, I should eliminate all others. He turns his head sideways, giving you this creepy upside down smile. It really does break my heart that these Digimon and you humans are so irredeemable. You would make such great test subjects, he says. But no, there are some of you that are needed, he says. Trust me when I say, Sonaya. None of your scientists will come to harm under my employment. In fact, they'll be treated quite well, as your friends have been. I have not hurt a single pretty little hair on their heads, as promised. I never lie, and I never have lied to you, he says.
Oh. Almighty kind of you, good sir. But while he's been monologuing this whole time, I'd like to try something like use lovely Angemon's previous ability and start combining them. For example, I know that she could turn invisible and she can use bubbles as Pilomon and Luminamon, respectively, on the opposite. So I'd like to put some invisible bubbles all around the Keramon bombs. I'm assuming they're bombs until proven otherwise. Well, considering his speech, they seem very likely to be bombs, but who knows? So all of them are surrounded by some sort of protective bubble, which will cushion all of the explosions were they to happen, because I don't trust in son of a bitch one bit. All the while, I'll be talking to him and biding my time until I can uh, uh, strike him. See? Oh, that's very generous of you. You say to me that you are not going to lie to me. But as I'm sure you're aware by now, I'm not quite trusting of others myself. You see, we do have that one part in common. I only trust guarantees through actions, not words. So you'll need to give me something very precious to you, Garamon. Or are you going by these days? Whatever your name is. If you do not wish for you to trade me something of equal value to all of these scientists that are very important to my friends, I am afraid your deal is just smoke and mirrors, as far as I'm concerned.
This is getting interesting, Sanaya. You are offering me a deal. Wow. We've come full circle and it feels so nice. I still remember that bittersweet first day where I first saw you. So much potential. So much light. So much darkness. And to think you have ended up just like me. Twisted and warped. Making deals with people.
Speaking of, does that work as empathizing with them? Because
It doesn't sound like you're empathizing with him. It sounds more like you're trying to trick him.
maybe. But
I think he like leans forward, interested, and he says, "So tell me, Sanaya. There's only one thing important to me in this world, and I cannot give it to you, unfortunately. But tell me, what is going to stop me from taking them?"
well, I'm just a puny human. I obviously cannot stand the might of the great creatures such as yourself, but I certainly can try a few things. You'd see us Digidestins are quite resilient, as I'm sure you're well aware. And maybe we can even bite when you least expect it. I would like to... Oh, that could be interesting. To use... Okay, that's a huge reach, I'm realizing it, but to use magic and our light powers to maybe teleport them towards the small glimpse of the Caramon's world that she saw once before, maybe twice. Or I don't remember if she saw visions of it, or if it was just end credit scenes. But yeah, just teleport all of our bombs maybe near other Caramons. I don't know how precise I can be with this, but that's just I'm spitballing here. If I can't, because that probably is too far, just teleport all the bombs onto Caramon himself. Actually, that might be a better idea. He's right there in front of me. Yeah, just use the bombs and... Well, I don't think I can detonate them myself, but I can trick him into doing it himself, maybe. As long as he's unaware that the bombs have changed positioning.
So the bombs are pretty big because they're Caramon sized. It'd be quite difficult for them to be unnoticed if they clamped onto him suddenly, but you can definitely try teleporting them to him.
Yes.
Remove his threats, essentially.
They're invisible, and I guess I can teleport them next to him, like floating in the air, because bubble magic.
Oh, you've made them invisible.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise that. I thought you just made a lovely Andromon invisible.
Yeah, I made the bombs in the bubble that lovely Angemon made invisible, unless I cannot. But you tell me.
Okay, could you
Uh,
roll to first unleash your powers to check that you've managed to bubble all the bombs successfully?
Yes.
And then another roll to unleash your powers to teleport them.
Okay. Or could that be I wield my powers, because that's pretty much
Yeah, I think
precision grace
it's
outcome.
I think it's wielding your powers to envelop them in the bubbles and stuff. I think it's unleash your powers to teleport them at Karamon.
Okay, well that's the same roll either way, so
Yeah, but they have different
Let's go.
outcomes.
yep. 2d6 plus 3. And I'll do it again. First, invisibility. Wow. Yeah, invisibility doesn't work. So they are not invisible. So in that case, well, we'll see if I can teleport them afterwards.
Also,
the worst part.
mark potential for the fail.
Yeah, I will afterwards. Plus 3 for the other one. Come on, you can do it. 9. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yes. So I cannot make them invisible, which is fine. In that case, I will teleport them right as he plans on detonating them to his face. Yeah. First, I'll try and trick him and saying, "You probably should bury us right now. You know, taking a deal with me might be more than you can handle." Eh. But, well, I guess you don't mind me just barging into your own home and wrecking stuff? Because trust me, I will destroy every single one of your family members. I'll make sure I make good on that. And I never lie to you.
Yeah, I think that provokes him enough that he pushes the detonation button. The Karamon start beeping much quicker and more rapidly, and then they all teleport onto him. You rolled a 9, so it's unstable or temporary. So what I think I'm going to say is he manages to sort of bat several of them away from him, and it causes collateral damage when they explode. I think a few of them obviously stay on his body and blow up, which really sort of takes him by surprise. But the others, they get battered into nearby buildings and blow up. We see several rookie Digimon who are hiding in those buildings get sent flying. They litter the ground, bruised and battered from the explosions, panting weakly, some of them whimpering and whining. We see Gabumon cradling Otamamon in his arms. It looks like Otamamon's really hurt.
Oh, fuck you. Monster. You went for my babies. It's okay. Lovely Digimon can heal now.
I would
I
like
took
you
you.
to please take a powerful
Yes.
blow as you see your
Yes.
baby hurts.
It's
and
roll
I-
plus conditions. Is that right?
That's
I
correct.
rarely take a powerful blows.
Yeah, it's roll plus conditions. And the higher you roll, the worse it'll be.
Well, I tend to roll high, so that's gonna be good. 8. Yes.
Cool.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Choose one of the options
well,
on 7 to 9 list. So you can either lash out verbally and provoke one of the others to full reaction. You can't do that because no one else is here. You can give ground and give your opposition an opportunity, or you can struggle past the pain of seeing Otamamon injured and mark 2 conditions.
Ooh, well, I think that makes sense for lovely Angemon to rush towards the scene of the little ones being hurt and healing them right away, which will obviously make her turn her back away from, the big threat at the moment, and creating an opportunity for Diablomon to attack me or whoever he wishes to attack. I'm not in his head. Yeah.
I think he takes this opportunity to retreat. He steps back through the portal, saying, "It is such a shame that we could not come to an understanding on our deal. I'll have to make do with the scientists I've taken. One of them is particularly clever," he says, and he sort of salutes you and bids you adieu as he steps back through his pink portal. And you're left in the devastation that's been caused by Diaboromon and his family controlling robot versions of themselves.
I swear.
Kageyaki.
I'll get him.
Taisto Kageyaki, we have a wild Higeki seemingly just going ballistic at Kageyaki, tampering with his technology, rushing towards Seraphimon, looking like he's about to just crush him beneath his feet. What do you guys do?
I would like to double clothesline him with Medieval Dukemon and Durandamon.
Double clothesline. Cool.
Yeah.
Could you
we,
roll?
we Mexican wrestlers now.
Could you roll to defend Seraphimon, please?
Just a second. Heard that this works now, so I'm going to break it. The application did not respond. I told you I'm going to break it.
Haha! You have the power to break reality itself.
Alright, it found it. It found it.
Time
Cool.
for it to stop playing in 5 minutes.
Excellent. Alright, so what was that? Defend Seraphimon. Alright.
you?
That's at +3 because I don't have. Yeah, that's +3, yes. Boom, 6. It's just not enough. Oh shit.
I assist
little
you,
help?
you fool!
Thank you.
Kageyaki, how do you help Taisto and Einari defend Seraphimon while you're doing surgery?
Well, aren't we past the part where Kageyaki has done his thing? And
Yeah,
it's now up
just
to...
Grand Dracmon doing his thing, basically.
Alright, in that case, Kageyaki will jump up. And thanks to the viable few seconds that his allies... My phone laughed. That his allies bought him. He has enough time to open a big enough portal to just swallow them. And surely he will be fine, right?
Wait, who are you swallowing, sorry?
Well, a certain person is charging right towards me, so I open a portal in front of him and have it swallow us.
Swallow us, so you're swallowing everybody. So he's away from Seraphimon, basically. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
they can let go if they want.
Okay, so I don't see how that's helping Taisto clothesline. It's a cool idea, and I'm happy for you to roll to do it, but at the moment you're assisting Taisto in clotheslining Higeki, not trapping him in a portal. So it's slightly different.
Clotheslining? What the fuck is clotheslining? I've never heard that before.
It's when you stick out your arm
It's
in a semi-T-pose fashion and hit someone's head with it while running at them.
yeah, or while they're running at you, so that they get like it's a wrestling move. You wouldn't understand. Weeb.
Like this in the player chat.
Alright. Bryludramon has fire on his head, right?
Bryludramon, I think it's fire in his wings and behind his head. Yeah, and on his neck.
Alright, I can try using the water spell I was taught by the Arch Wizardmon in Witchelney and cause a smoke screen in front of his eyes to confuse him.
Sure, that works. Spend the team from the team pool. That boosts it to a 7 on defending someone. So
Hey.
you defend somebody, you defend the Seraphimon successfully, but you open yourself to collateral damage. So I think while you raise your arms to clothesline him, like it sort of ends in sort of like you both stopping each other and clashing in the middle. There's sort of a shaky tension going on, and then Kageaki blinds him, and he sort of gets pushed back slightly, and he lets out a big like roar from his Bryoledramon side of his body, and I think he leaps backwards, blows flames at his feet, and it cuts you off from him. I think he says, "It seems that you've taken away most of my allies. Hardly fair fighting 3-on-1, he says. But I'll be back with reinforcements next time." He like lifts up a finger to a hand to his head. He seems to get a message on his visor and nods. "Seems it's done anyway. I'll be sure to be kind to your father, Kageaki." And then just as that happens, a pink portal appears behind Higeki, and he steps through it, but also a pink portal opens up beneath Durandamon's feet. Taister, what do you do? Or Kageaki, either one of you.
We do not want to let Durandamon get kidnapped. Not again.
Indeed.
Besides, Taisto is still hanging onto Durandamon's head, so it wouldn't be like you know. Medieval Dukemon is going
Medical.
to medieval like from the
Medicaru.
medieval ages. Medibaru.
Medicaru.
Medibaru. Is going to like we all like kind of like exclaim "Oh!" as the portal opens and medieval Dukemon like rushes to hold Durandamon, you know, on this side of the portal, and Durandamon doesn't want to let go, and I don't know we want to stop him from being, you know, we want to stop him from being abducted,
Yes.
or us from being abducted, to be entirely clear.
Please roll to unleash your powers.
Unleash
You what?
your soul.
Can we like not do that and do something else instead? Like, you know, maybe I could comfort or support someone.
If I try to open up my portal on top of the other one, would I be unleashing my powers?
Yes.
That?
So 2d6 plus 1. I'm not angry, so I don't get a plus 1.
Right.
I could instantly put on my game face so that I would get another plus. No, I'm not going to do that. Alright, 2d6 plus 1. This is going to be a success. It's an 8. Oh yeah, booyah!
Octo.
Cool. So you can mark a condition to make it a full success, or it can be unstable or temporary in some way.
Did you use your influence?
Yes, I did count my influence for that.
Well, boo.
I'm not going to mark a condition,
You're not.
so
Oh,
it's
okay.
unstable or temporary in some fashion.
Cool. I think what happens is he falls halfway into the portal, and Taisto, you grab him by the arm just before he falls all the way through, and he's hanging by a thread. You're trying to haul him out of the portal, but something's got him on the other side and it's pulling him in. So you've saved him from falling into the portal, but he's still being dragged in by something. So it's only a temporary reprieve unless you can sort of stop him being pulled back through. Perhaps Kageaki can assist you. Now, I think it's at this moment, Dr. Drachmon, medical Drachmon, cuts open the device from Seraphimon's chest and pulls it off, and strikes a cool pose as he says, "Operation was a success," and he like crushes the device in his hands, tosses it to the ground. Kagiaki, what do you do to help Taisto, who is desperately clinging to his friend?
Alright. Can Granddaddy Dragmon attempt to melt Durandamon into his shadow?
There is no shadow beneath him because he's in a portal.
In that case, I shall cast my fireball in front of him to set a shadow behind him.
Okay, you make a shadow behind him. What do you do with that shadow?
Grand Archimon is a master of the shadows, so he will attempt to poop him into that.
So, let me get this straight, right? So, you've got a portal that's going into the
Yes.
ground. Durandamon is almost is in that portal. Half of his body is submerged in that portal, and Medieval Digimon is clinging onto the arm of Durandamon, keeping him up. If you cast a shadow behind him, how are you pulling him out of the portal to put him in that shadow? That's what I want to know. I'm happy for you to do it, I just want to know how you're doing it, because he's in the middle of a portal right now.
Well, I mean, it sounds like something physical has him and is dragging him.
That's right.
So we should be able to affect his physical body, and since it's still the same body, whether it's inside the portal or outside, it should be the same code, which is what he'll transfer over into the shadow.
Right, so literally the shadow is going to jump out and grab him. Is that the idea?
Yeah, he's done something similar as a Dorgoramon even, and now his shadow's powers
Okay, that's
should
cool.
be in
That's-
theory
I
stronger.
just wanted to picture how it was happening, because in my head, like, he would have to touch the shadow to go into it, rather than the shadow actually grabbing him. Cool. Roll for it.
Idaro!
I believe this is roll to wield your powers, please.
Ike! Ten!
GG.
GG, easy. So on a 10, when you wield your powers, you get to choose two of the options. You can take hold of something vulnerable to you, which I assume is going to be Einari. You can create something useful from the environment, or neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now. So to put that in context, I think the create something useful from your environment would be to salvage Higeki's invention after this and make something useful out of it. Neutralizing an opponent or threat, at least for now, would be doing some kind of damage to prevent Higeki coming back and wreaking havoc anytime soon.
Oh, actually, the devices could be how we get the Digicore back. Genmon's Digicore back.
It could be, yeah.
So yeah. I grab Higeki. Or not Higeki, Einari.
Einari.
Einari. I grab Einari. And salvage the device.
Cool. So yeah, the shadow grabs Einari, and with the help of Medieval Gallantmon, pulls him out of the portal, and cushions him into a shadow, and the portal shuts without pulling him in. We see Durandamon glow a bright sort of pinkish color, and then slowly gets smaller and smaller, and then two beams of pink light shoot out and split into both Zubamon and an unconscious looking Einari who looks exhausted. And then we see Kagiaki walk over to the machine that Grand Drachmon sort of half crushed it in his hand. It wasn't like fully destroyed or anything, but he sort of like crumpled it as he threw it to the ground. So it's still intact enough that Kagiaki could do something with it. So Kagiaki pulls it up and shoves it in his pocket dimension. And then you look to the TV screen and see what's happening in Icon City. you see Sonia and lovely Andromon crouched down over a little Otamamon and several other rookie Digimon that look like they've been injured. You see Mudfrigimon, Leomon, Triceramon, etc., like carrying people on stretchers to different places and whatnot. There doesn't seem to be any Keramon in the vicinity anymore, but there seems to be some sort of widespread devastation going on down there. What do you guys do when you see this?
Carpe Einari. Seize the Einari.
Kiss the Ainary. Be the Ainary.
Are we finally going to see the true ship, Tainari?
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think Faisal has actually even noticed the whatever it was with the TV and the village. I don't care, literally don't care. He's gonna run to Einar to see that he's okay.
Yeah, you run over to Einari and, you know, grab him by the shoulders and prop him up on your knee or whatever it is to sort of hold him in your arms. He seems like exhausted. He's breathing, he's alive. His eyes sort of flicker open when you grab him. What do you want to say to him?
Baka! Sorry, no. You're an idiot. Did you know that?
I always have been, he says. I was just trying to do the right thing, Taisto. I just wanted to be kind to everyone. To help the ones that I couldn't save, he said. They said that if we could bring back the old world, this one wouldn't be destroyed completely. The Digimon in this world would have... Well, we were told that they would have just been living in the world that we were in. But it would be overcrowded and cramped, and they'd probably be subject to the survival of the fittest, but at least we give them a fighting chance. But then Higeki changed the plan. What I saw down there was not good and just. But Taisto, please, understand. He's not a bad person. He's just in pain. Please save him.
I'm having a hard time figuring out how the fuck Higeki's not a bad person. Why couldn't you have trusted me? I told you we would solve this together, but you couldn't listen.
I didn't want to burden you with it.
Why?
The horrible thing I've done, I wanted to right that mistake before I faced you again. So that I could be myself, happy and guilt-free, with nothing resting on my conscience. Nemesis Mon made me remember everything I did back then, Taisto. Everything I stood to defend. Everything I stood by and watched as it happened. It even happened to me, Taisto. The purge, it's not a painless thing, it's tremendously painful. You're ripped to pieces into shreds of data and then reconfigured at a later point. I subjected an entire world to that pain, Taisto. Am I a terrible person? He cries as he burrows his face into your shoulder.
Taista!
Discord coming through with the clutch crash. Uh,
So
am
did
I a
you-
bad person? I heard. Am I a bad person? As he buries his face in my.
Yeah, that was the last one.
That was the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
part
yeah,
of
yeah.
the thing I was describing. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Uh. Uh. Um. Huh. Hmm. I hate you, by the way. A lot. Right now.
I wouldn't be a good GM if you didn't hate me. So I'll take that as a compliment.
Does that work?
Yeah,
like-
that sweet, sweet antagonistic game master player relationship. Oh, peak. Peak role playing experience.
I mean, are you really playing a role-playing game if it's not player versus DM?
I mean, in these games, it's
Oh, boy.
the DM roots for the players, so a bit different.
That's how it's supposed to be in every game.
I bet. I bet you are.
I want nothing more than to see you succeed in your story.
And come out broken man, I mean whole man.
Oh God. I don't know everything you've done in the past digital world, Einari. So I don't think I can answer your question. But the Einari I knew, the Einari I've searched for this whole time, the one I remember, the one I spent my time with, the one I grew up with, he wasn't a bad person, and I don't think he could have become one so easily. But you should have trusted me. You should have let me help you. You should have let us help you. That's why we were chosen, I think. That's why we're the next chosen ones after you. You should have come to us.
He takes a deep breath. And he says, "That's not what the prophecy said. The prophecy said you were false,
The word prophecy?
unchosen ones, and that you would never know the weight carried by us Digidestined. It said that you would eradicate an oncoming darkness, and that perhaps you might achieve an even greater destiny than us. And I wish you all the best in that endeavor, Taisto, but the prophecy said that you would never know the weight carried by us. I didn't want you to be burdened with that weight. I'd never want you to feel the way that I feel here. I'm sure Sonia's told you all about the tapestry and what we talked about.
Definitely has.
Some of us know about it.
We met earlier in an underground cavern, and I feel so bad because I told her to stay out of it and to stay out of our way, but
You did what?
you were only trying to help us.
The first time I'm hearing all of this.
Karayaki, did you know?
She seemed so kind, did that girl?
Yes.
So, so sweet. I didn't want her to be tied up in this either. Like, and I'm sure the rest of the Digidestined are just as kind as the two of you. And, well, I know how this has changed me for the worse, so that's why I didn't want to involve you, Taisto. I'm sorry.
That's enough. That's enough, Einari. You should know that I wouldn't forsake you. I would go to the ends of the earth, and I have, to help you. But I said about bringing together both the worlds, to bring about both of the worlds without sacrificing either one. I meant it. And I'm going to make sure that we can find a solution that will save the world that you lost and keep this one as well. I searched for you for so long, and you were running away from me.
I don't doubt that you're going to save this world. And the next. He says. I'm sorry, Taisto. I'm sorry that I ran from you. And that I've become basically the Mokuba of Digimon. Of constantly being kidnapped.
How
Wait,
self-aware.
He breaks the fourth wall.
The reality collapses on itself right this instant.
He looks into the camera as he says that.
I'm sorry that I couldn't lift with my legs like you advised me all those years ago.
Don't worry, you still have them. You still have them.
I'm sorry, I'll stop joking. He sort of says, I'm sorry, Taisto, that I ran from you. I'm sorry that I had such heavy responsibility placed upon me so that I couldn't face you, but I hope that moving forward we could work together to bring a brighter future. He says, that's all I want. I just want those Digimon that I wiped out. I just want to see them smile again, you know? I just want them to live their best life before it was taken.
Don't worry, Einari. I'm not gonna let go this time. And I'm not gonna run away this time either. We're gonna bring back those Digimon. And we're gonna make sure that Caramon is gonna pay for what he's done. And we won't sacrifice this world to do it either. No matter what it takes.
Listen, what
Anyway,
Caramon's planning? He like holds up his Digivice, and his hands are like shaking. There'll be private communications between him and Higeki, I'm sure, right? Maybe you can use my Digivice to figure it out.
Oh my god, did he remember I'm in the scene?
Kagayaki,
Yeah.
can you do
What's
something with this?
another impossible fucking fit?
Okay, well, let's not do it then, and do something else instead. Alright, glad that we got that one covered.
Are you familiar with the concept of sarcasm? Anyways, yeah, as lovely as this scene is, Icon City is literally burning to fucking ground right now, so we should really
What the fuck
go.
are you doing here? Go!
Come!
Come back. We're coming.
Let me hug my friend.
You can hug on the way, it takes hours.
No. No.
I mean, it takes minutes
meanwhile-
if you're flying through the sky, so...
Meanwhile, in the background, Granddaddy Dragmon is engraving a very specific message into the nightmare of Seraphimon, since he has time. Might as well.
Did you and Tinami just say that it takes minutes if you fly through the air?
Then where the fuck is Stella?
No, I was joking.
Uh-oh.
because of the
You do
whole-
realize that it takes literal weeks if it takes literal weeks if you fly. You can't fly. We need to do something else. Like, that's the problem. We would need to drive or walk, but we can't because there's air in the way. So we have to fly. So it's going to take weeks.
Oh yes, obviously I got it backwards. My apologies.
Yes.
We're in the heavens, I'm sure Ceremon has something.
Well, anyway, so Taisto gets up and picks Einari up as well, and then Ghost. Oh, sorry, Ghostmon probably hasn't devolved yet. So Medieval Dukemon is just gonna kind of pick up Zubamon, and then we start heading out into whichever direction is gonna let us go to, get back to the Icon City.
Yippee,
Cool.
yippee, yay, yay.
What message do you engrave into Seraphimon's nightmare, by the way, Kageki?
May you ever dare awaken from your slumber. Remember who it was that saved you.
Mm.
Okay.
He doesn't like him very much if it's not obvious.
I mean, I don't think anybody here likes Seraphimon very much.
Yeah,
No.
but he hates him extra, holy shit.
Okay, I think I'm just going to take a quick 2-minute break because I really need a wee, and it's just like the perfect time because we finished all the combat-y stuff. It's going to be like nice wind down stuff for the last 20 minutes or so. So just 2 minutes while I go to the toilet and grab a drink,
Okay.
and I'll be back in a sec.
So nice weather we're having.
It's night. You fool.
Maybe like, what the fuck has Stella been doing? all
I'm
this
so
time?
tired.
Well, don't be.
Yes, that's the solution.
Oh, why did I think of that? Jesus. Thanks.
I mean, it's so simple, you
should've
can
just-
fix everything that way.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah. We're nearing the end, so cheer up. I myself, I've got enough energy left to end this session, but I'm always quite energetic when I have to play with you guys because it's so much fun. Virtual hug.
Yeah, it's such a drag that I have to interact with you people that I get tired easily. Wait, what?
Hug.
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah.
like me, for real, for real.
And I'm glad we managed to solve all differences with the fake virtual friends we have right now. Although it's a
Some
bit
of us?
faster than I anticipated. Yes, some of us.
Some other people are
I see.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, he's in it now.
What?
We're talking about the boy, the Higeki boy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this just highlights the fact that you need legs to lift with, and the message we should be
Yeah,
taking
like,
was
you
that
just
all legs
lit-
are
you need-
unhinged and
You need literal legs to stand on.
Right, I'm back.
yeah.
We'll just
He-
get
he
fucking
did say
cancelled.
something- There was some standing. There was some standing pun that was made. It's like stand down or something, and I was gonna be like, well, you can't even stand. So, but then I thought better if he didn't say that. So.
back,
Meanwhile, yeah, hi.
Welcome back.
So we'll cut to Icon City now then.
Meanwhile, Yutimi has been staring at the fucking wall for the past 2 hours.
That's in character.
He takes,
so.
he takes from his destined counterpart Pablo. And
He's
composes.
fucking deposing,
You had to
clipping through the walls.
Now I think Eutimio and Stella are sort of helping the angels that got injured in the clash. that happened between Stella and the other three Digidestined.
That's fair.
You see, like, Eutimio, like, profusely apologizing to everybody as he does help them. Stella's sort of using angel healing magic to try and help bring them back up to health. And we see Kageaki and Taisto start descending to Earth on the backs of what Pegasusmon remain. Sonia, we get to see you now. You're holding Otamamon in your arms. He looks very hurt. He seems to have taken a full brunt of that explosion.
Yes, man. Not the little one.
Gabumon fortunately seems fine. He's crying though. And he says, Oh, Tamamon, he jumped in front of the blast for me.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Help him, Mom. Help him.
I will. Lovely Angemon. Can't you do something? She does have healing powers.
Oh, does she now?
She does. I took healing powers specifically because I knew we didn't have any healers.
Cool.
That's true. The party has never had any healers.
Could you please roll to unleash your powers to heal Otamamon?
Oh, you bitch. You're making me roll for it, huh? Okay. So it's plus unique, but I do have influence over the Otamamon, so does it count too?
You do. Yes, it counts.
Okay, so it's plus 4.
This isn't a roll. I think no matter what, because you're a mega level Digimon right now, the healing will work. But it's just an extra thing to see if how well it heals, and also if you roll a 10 plus, something extra will happen.
Well, there it is.
What did you roll? Sorry.
Yeah. 12. With the advantage, of course. Well, the plus 4. I mean.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good.
What does the healing look like? How does that look when Lovely Angemon heals?
Well, usually I would say she punches things and she decides if it hurts or if it heals, because that's a kind of personality Lovely Angemon has. But in this case, since she's cradling the little Otamamon in her arms, she's instead going to pat it on the head and say to him, "You did well. You did well, little one. That was really brave of you. Now rest. Don't worry, you're safe with me. May your courage be rewarded." And he's maybe humming a tune to him sweetly, cradling it to sleep to recover, all the while healing his wounds.
I think as you're cradling, as she's cradling him in his arms and healing him, I think the moment she says, "Let your courage be rewarded," your Digivice begins to glow, Sonia.
Oh fuck! I did a thing.
It glows orange, like Taisto's usually does, and the light envelops Otamamon, and he digivolves.
Oh, that's cool.
Sonia, I'm gonna let you decide what he digivolves into.
Gizamon.
What? What do you say?
Gizamon.
Giza. But Giza is a small one, isn't it?
Alright, so hear me out here.
Oh right, yes, sir. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, of course. My bad. Yes.
Bertramon.
I remember. I. What?
Bertramon. It's Digimon, fuck it.
So,
But
yeah, well, I guess you can. Who comes to mind?
no,
Mr.
Erdramon.
Mr.
Airdramon.
Airdramon.
Airdramon. Airdramon is cool.
Airdramon is cool. I do wonder. The thing is, funny thing, because I always imagined what kind of evolution Gabumon would have, and that was more of a custom evolution. But I didn't actually plan for Otamamon, so that's funny. Well, that's a pretty boy. Adult level, I don't know. Could it be something custom as well? Maybe some form of Geckomon, but would be red. And maybe instead of a tuba, it would have...
Geckomon.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. It would have it would have some sort of Japanese instrument then. Maybe some sort of old flute or some
A gong.
a shamisen. Yes, shamisen. Shamisen
more
Geckomon.
Fair.
Yes, gong. Sure. That's the yeah. So some sort of red Geckomon which has a more Japanese influence in shamisen playing. Yeah.
Cool. Maybe he's in those like traditional Japanese robe-looking things as well.
Yeah.
As an outfit, and he has like a little like Ronin hat on.
Mhm.
To sort of go with the whole look of having the guitar and whatnot, or whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. But it's
Ronin Todinmon.
Ronin Toad. What's the name of this Geckomon again? Sorry, so I can write it down.
We'll say Bushi Geckomon so that it's it's consistent with the other one. And yeah, I still had a good idea on that one. On that name. Yeah, I can't believe that Geckomon got his alternate moment of truth before Tyson.
Wow.
It's true.
Way to throw shade at Taisto. Yeah, he digivolves into Bushi Geckomon. His eyes flicker open. I feel funny, he says. He looks around, quite bewildered at what's going on. The last thing I remember is... Oh no, Gabumon! He says as he looks around. I think Gabumon like grabs him and lets him know it's okay. What about Mom? Where's Mom? He like looks around.
Don't worry, we're all here. You did something brave, if a little reckless, but everyone is okay. Thanks to you.
He like sighs a big sigh of relief. Hey,
Family hug.
where'd I get this guitar thing from? He says as he like pulls out the instrument around his shoulders.
Your determination made you evolve, actually, just now. Congratulations. You should look at yourself and, admire your growth. You did something amazing today.
I evolved, huh? Wow. I never thought I'd become strong like you, he says. Gabumon,
What?
you need to hurry up and evolve too, okay? We've got big shoes to fill, he says. And then he sort of collapses back down as Taisto and Kageyaki land on their Pegasusmon in Icon City.
Hello, everyone. We're all safe. Well, mostly. The scientists have been taken, but besides that, we managed to drive the Caramon army away. Well, Caramon. We'll discuss the details later on. How about you?
We saved the piece of shit, and everyone besides Higeki has changed the sides.
That's good. So Taisto got finally got to meet Einari, I guess.
Yeah, and this time he actually sticked around.
Yeah, you notice that Taisto's like holding a Nari in like a fireman holds.
Fucking Princess Kari.
Oh,
Princess
yes.
Kari, yes. And I think you probably see Eutimio and Stella land behind them. In fact, you see the big blue angel that sort of splits back up into Stella and God, why is his name escaping me? Spadamon.
But yes. As she sees Stella of the corner of her eye, she is going to slightly panic and go, actually, I probably should go and go heal the others and start rebuilding stuff. So I'm gonna be on my way now and try and avoid
I think
interacting with Stella.
I think Dice just walks, starts heading off in the direction of Mummymon's, what used to be Wizardsmon place, but is now Mummymon's, and he passes by Sonia by pure happenstance and stops for just a second to say, "Thanks for telling me about meeting him the day before," and then just continues walking.
You're really going this right now. You're really, after all of this, pulling this out. Okay, sure. Oh man. Well, we'll
Hey.
deal with this later on, I guess. But
I think as you start moving away, Stella chases after you. Out of you and Stella, who was the fastest when you were growing up?
I'd assume she would be, yes. But
And
as
not-
I've grown and she hasn't, who knows? But yeah, if we're going straight off what we used to be in the past, yeah, she's definitely the faster one of the two.
Cool. In that case, I'm going to say that she runs track or something at school, so she's like one of the faster kids.
It makes sense.
Then why didn't he dodge?
She grabs you in a big hug, Sonia. How does Sonia react to that?
Taken aback, slightly startled at what happens. Many thoughts are swirling to her head, and she's not sure she's quite ready for them yet. Didn't see you here. Hugsies. Are you okay?
I'm so sorry for abandoning you. I just knew that I had a responsibility to protect the others from making a silly mistake. I wanted my memories back so I remembered exactly what I did, but I remembered your words, Sonia. I remember what you told me. And I'm sorry that I tried to run away and I tried to bring this back to the real world without resolving anything in this one, but I stood my ground and I stopped them. I hope I made you proud. I didn't want to hurt you. And I'm sorry that I made you feel in a way that made you feel like I shouldn't be around anymore. But just know that I'll always be your big sister, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. I said some things I shouldn't have, and well, it's not like I didn't think all of those things. Those were my true feelings, but I was also mostly venting my frustration and despair of being left alone. All this time, I was waiting for you day after day, looking at the window, feeling like a fool afterwards when you didn't come to see me, and I came to resent you for that. I might still be... Maybe I shouldn't say this. But you did good. In the end, you did manage. I know you were trying to do the right thing, and I cannot stop you. And you did accomplish many great things, and I am still proud of my big sister. I just hope we can maybe one day start over again. But
Sonia, I don't want to start over. I want to pick up where we left off. We still have a lot of catching up to do, right? And once we save this digital world, we can go back home and live life together like we should have.
his thought actually never really crossed Sonia's mind until just now, since she was so busy panicking about everything in this world. But it brings out a pang of pain imagining the scenario. She's not quite sure why yet, but imagining just coming back home and just would what would it imply for this world. Saying hello to everyone that she used to be with would mean saying goodbye to everyone here. And suddenly a pang of anxiety and confusion just takes over her, and she's going to really escape Stella's grasp and say, yes, sorry, I'm not quite sure what to think yet. I need some time to process things. Sorry, promise, that doesn't mean I hate you now. I just... And she's just going to book it and run away, just to relieve herself from this tension she's feeling right now.
Cool. I think Pillowmon on your head's like, Sonia, why are you running away? What's going on? And she's like clinging onto your head for dear life as you're like running.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Pillowmon. I'm sorry. I need some time. Wait, and yet she's exiting the scene.
Cool. Kagyaki, where are you going in this final scene?
Putting the fires out. Someone fucking has to.
I don't think there's like... yeah, there's probably like small fires, but it's mainly like destruction and rubble everywhere. So I think you like use your magic to put out the small embers and flames that are still going on. And I think like, you know, this is like the third time that this part of town has been destroyed, and you're like, we're gonna have to reinforce this or something. Yeah. I think you see Tyrannomon and Leomon. Sorry, Tyrannomon and Triceramon, sorry. Sort of approach you. And they sort of raise these concerns with you. Like, I'm sick of rebuilding this part of town. Tyrannomon says in... Triceramon says in his very inconsistent accent. We need to make sure that this place is sturdy for when threats come again. We have a lot of magic in this town. Perhaps we can use it to reinforce it, he says.
It'd be nice if you had if we had some teleportation measures against teleportation. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
We need to give some to the old chosen ones, to be honest.
It's at this moment, Kagyaki, that you
It's
remember
sort of
that there
uncontrolled.
actually was magic protections on the city that were placed here. You remember 2 seasons ago setting up a circle around this city that would prevent Caramon from entering it. But it doesn't seem to have worked this time.
That never fucking worked, to be honest.
Hey, Caramon hasn't appeared in the city since you put that up, just so you're aware. I've made very careful that he appear in scenes that aren't in the city purposefully.
Alright, let's see. New
Powerful
wavelength?
now.
Perhaps a new wavelength then. I did have a number. I did have some time to scan him when he first appeared off screen. So I should have his new wavelength. So we could update the magic system for him. But how the fuck do we anchor the old chosen ones so that he can't just open a portal under them again?
So, I think that you're triggering Inventor here.
Yeah, probably.
So, I'll say, yeah, sure, you can stop the portals appearing underneath the Digidestined.
Next time they'll appear in
First,
front. Imagine.
I
You'll
was
have
just gonna
to-
say that.
You'll have to build a sort of device that anchors them to this plane of existence, so they can't be moved between dimensions. To do it, you can salvage parts of Higeki's machine. But if you do that, it's going to mean that you won't be able to use that particular device to save Lampmon.
Ah.
That's a tough one.
Alright, first we fix the barrier. Then we worry about that. I guess.
Cool. So you get to work with fixing the barrier and setting up a new one that deflects Diaboromon's wavelength instead. And then we'll cut to Taisto for the final scene then. Taisto, you go into Mummymon's home. You see him polishing his gun on the sort of countertop as you walk in. What do you do?
Hey, Mummymon.
He looks over his shoulder. He's like, Taisto. I managed to keep her safe, he says.
Managed to keep who said?
I think he's referring to the Kodoku Gumon, who was his wife.
Right.
Yeah. Karamon swarmed the city, and well, that light inspired me to go out and save as many as I could. I haven't drawn this gun since the last day that we faced each other, he says. I vowed never to wield it again, and I did. I had to, he says. Maybe I can't use
Well,
this
if
for
it
good,
was
he
for
says. Sorry, go ahead.
if it was for a just purpose and in the protection of those who can't defend themselves, I'm sure it was the right decision. Now, Mummymon, I came to ask if you could check that Einari here is okay. We had a fight, and I'm worried that he might be a bit under the weather.
He turns around. He has an excited look on his face. You finally found him, then? After I lost him, I felt so horrible. That damn Impmon took him from me, he said. Now, quickly, he says as he brushes his guns off the table that he's just been polishing and clatter to the ground. He gets out a fresh white cloth and puts it over the table that he was using, and he motions you to put Einari down on the table. He sort of puts his hands over Einari, and they had this purple foggish glow sort of descend from them. Small lightning crackles between his fingertips as he does this. Yes, he says as he motions up and down. He appears fine, Kaisto. He's just exhausted and he's lost most of his energy from the digivolution process. It appears to be most taxing for him, he says. How curious, he says.
Is that normal?
Well,
Is it?
It seems that his code is dependent upon another. It says here that his whole life depends upon presence of another code, but what could that mean? He says as he strokes his chin.
He what? What do you mean his life depends on the code of another?
It appears his Digicore is intrinsically linked to another Digimon. That his life and their life are connected in some way. It's different to the core of a usual Digidestined like yourself, he says. You're separate from Ghostmon. Perhaps he's linked to Zubamon in some way. How's Zubamon doing? He says.
Who?
Well, Sonia told me.
Oh right, Zubamon. He's somewhere around. I'm sure. I'm sure he's somewhere around. Ghostmon. I think Zubamon has been walking with two of them, or the three of them, I guess. Zubamon and Ghostmon have followed them.
Yeah, sure. So maybe Zubamon's awake at this point. Yeah. Didn't he tell you, Taisto? Einari died. Yggdrasil did everything he could to save Einari's life. And when I accepted the call to become a chosen one, part of the cost was connecting our very existence to one another. My life force keeping him stable and alive. If I die, he dies. If he dies, I die. But as a side, he can actually combine with me and form an even more powerful Digimon than normal, he says. Einari will be fine, he says to Mummymon. He's just exhausted. And so long as we're both protected, he'll be alive and well, he says.
He died?
Taisto, I think maybe you flash back to the last day you saw Einari. I think we've seen several flashbacks now. We've seen a flashback of Einari falling out of a tree and getting injured. We've seen a flashback of the Einari family home burning down. Perhaps we could describe what happened in those moments very briefly before we finish the session.
Yeah, I think when we did see that, if I remember correctly, we've seen it twice. The how the Kokko family home, Kokko being Einari's last name for those who don't remember or don't know, was basically, it was that Taisto was running to see Einari, and then he found the home burning, and then he fled. And I think what we've seen is the reaction of Taisto, like basically like looking at Taisto when he saw the Digimon running away. But I don't think we've seen it from the opposite angle, which from behind Taisto, which would show that in one of the windows there is the form of Einari like waving at Taisto to for help or something like that. I don't know what either of them thinks that Taisto could have done, but it's this gruesome scene of
yeah, maybe he couldn't escape as well because he injured himself falling out of that tree, and that's why he burnt in his home. He couldn't get out.
Maybe that is a real thing now. Yeah, Yeah, definitely. So he was waving in the window of like second story or something high up,
Hmm.
or of a house in total flames, waving for help, and then Buster runs away.
Yeah. Cool. I think Taisto, when you come back to reality out of the flashback, did you realize that Einari had died on that day? Because I think we remember that Einari moved to a different city, is the original line that we went with. But perhaps it was just his
Yeah.
family that moved away, and you assumed that he moved with them.
Yeah, I think I don't think that Tyson knew that Einari had died.
Cool.
He assumed that, or he thought that he was, alive, and then everything that happened, it just never happened to see him again because of
Cool.
something that either his or Einari's family told him.
So how does Taisto take the news that Einari died on that day?
Bad. How about I just take like 5 powerful blows in sequence, and we'll handle it that way. Or
I mean, if you want to
I
take
don't
it
know.
that way, we
It's
can.
pretty bad. No. It's still very interesting. Especially since I don't have any conditions right now. But yeah, bad. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. Tune in next week for Digimon Vortex.
Yeah, I think we sort of end the episode on a pan of Taisto's shock-ridden face, his pupils small and shaking at the realization that his best friend was already dead. Yeah, we cut to the credits. Let's do end of session stuff then. Let's start with Sonia. Did you grow closer to somebody, further away from somebody, or into the own image of yourself?
Well, it's mostly the own image of myself at this point in this episode, since I was on my own for most of it. But yeah, there's only one change I can make anyways, but that's fine because it's fitting. I would shift Savior up and Superior down, since I did save everyone in the city, but I failed to convince Karaman, or just have him play along in my sweet plan. That didn't work. I didn't have any hold over him. So yeah, Savior up, Superior down. But also other things. I'll do the thing. For the balance tracker, I did save a lot of innocents. So
Yep, you did. So please add balance for that. I'm not sure you
I
talked
guess
openly about the darkness though, so maybe just mark 1 for now.
just 1. Okay. Well, I just confessed my inner dark feelings to Stella quickly, but yeah, that might not be openly about it, since I was trying to run away from it.
He also
Speaking
tried
of,
to genocide the Keramon.
yes, that is true. Yes. But yes, speaking of running away, I did run away from Stella right at the end, so that should clear me from Afraid.
Yes, you
Probably,
are
yes.
difficult, so yeah, get rid of afraid.
Yeah. Boom. No conditions. Well, I'm all done.
Cool.
To you.
Who wants to go next? Kageyaki, Taisto?
Boss? Didn't really talk to anyone to activate either one of those, and I don't feel I was particularly reckless to raise reckless. I don't know.
Did you grow apart from anybody?
No, didn't talk enough to anyone to change how I view them. I mean, and it's not like you can choose NPCs anyways, so.
Perhaps you grew closer to Taisto and you know, you can't gain influence over him. So, because you did help him with the whole clothesline thing and throwing smoke in people's eyes.
Yeah, that's
and
basically a
whatnot.
pass anyway, so.
Yeah. So feel free to clear a condition at least. Taisto.
I feel that Taisto has grown away from Sonia because I don't think I can pick another for growing closer to. So has grown away from Sonia. The revelation that Sonia has kept this big secret. I can't actually remember. Did Kagayaki actually tell? Kagayaki told Taisto that Sonia had told things, right?
Yeah, I think Kageyaki
He did
told
share
you-
some things, yes.
Yes,
I don't
Kagayaki
remember
said
the
something.
specifics, but
Right. Yeah, I don't remember the specifics either, but Kagayaki did share something, but then this kind of like there was apparently much more to their interaction, or that's the picture that Taisto got, was that there is much more to the interaction than he was, you know, told, and then this kind of like how is it? This kind of escalated the issue of Sonia not having told Taisto about meeting Einari. So yeah, growing closer away from Sonia. So I'm gonna take her non-existent influence over me away from her. And yeah, that's
you're really intent of not letting me have influence over you.
We
No,
must
the only
never
one
get
left,
the
I
team.
still-
nobody.
We must
You're the only one
never
left.
get the team. By the way, would you say that the device Higeki made was important?
to him, yes, it was.
Perfect. Because I broke it.
Cool. Let's see. Is there anything I want to do for a post-credits scene? Let's think. What have I got in my arc?
But what was that wording? I think you're trying to say after since credits, but you said it in a very weird way.
You said it wrong.
I said post-credits scene.
That's weird. I don't know. That's weird. That sounds weird. That sounds wrong.
No one says it like this.
I think we get a shot of the dark area.
Lovely.
With this very nice, happy music going on in the background.
Oh yeah, okay, I change
we get a shot of a dark-looking castle in the dark area, and we see a face we haven't seen for a while. He's sat upon what looks to be a big throne. His big black collar raised high over his head, red horns protruding from his skull, and a trident just as red as the armor on his body laid across his lap. He has one leg
Oh,
perched.
Divermon.
He has one
Yes.
leg perched
Slightly redder.
upon the other. He has his face resting in one of his hands. As bursting through the door comes a dark Nightmon. "My lord," he says as he crouches down. "We've done as you asked. We've raised an army. We just need a few more recruits, and everything will be in order for us to take back what's ours," he says.
Again.
But why though?
Felismon leans forward in his throne. "Excellent," he says. Finally I can live up to the memory of that great and powerful Digimon Gulfmon. I can enact his dreams, but I need more power, Dark Nightmon. If I've learnt anything about my past encounters, those children of Earth will get in my way. I mean them no harm, but if they try to stop us, I'm going to need to be able to defend myself, he says. Find me the means to evolve. I must be stronger. I must be the strongest. And then I'll show Gazimon exactly who the most powerful Digimon in the world is, he says. And we see a shot of Dark Knightmon sort of bowing. He stands and marches out through the gates that make up the throne room doors. And Felismon leans back in his chair and falls into deep thought, pondering about his next moves. And then we cut to black.
Well, Felismon is going to be very disappointed very soon.
You guys
Who the
wanted
fuck
me
is
to
Gazimon?
reintroduce Felismon into the story. I have reintroduced him into the story. Hell yeah.
Who the
Yay!
fuck is Gazimon?
Yay!
Yeah, it's a shame Gazimon will be T-posing through it all, because he's like the eternal rival of Gazimon, but I'm sure we can find other avenues to approach this from, considering he now has the darkness of Golfmon inside him, and if I remember rightly, he had a connection to you as well, Kageaki. I can't quite remember what it was off the top of my head now.
I tried to get him to join us, and he said, "You do your thing, I'll do mine."
Yes, that was it. You, I think you were the one that actually prevented him absorbing all the dark power, right? You,
Yeah, because it
cut him
was
off.
very bad news.
Yeah, you were trying to stop him from making a mistake, and he sort of made it anyway. But then instead of destroying everything, he's like, I'll carry on in Golfmon's footsteps if they won't. So yeah, he has some beef with you as well.
I mean, ideally he realizes that we already kind of helped the virus Digimon and uses his army to help us against Diablomon.
Yes,
I don't
that's
know
what
if he'll,
happened.
I
Will
don't
happen.
know I don't know if he'll see it that way. Yeah, he's totally coming to your aid, guys. He's building an army to help fight against the forces of Diaboromon and save the digital world. That's his honorable
It's
quest.
weird how he's building his army after we overtook heaven.
That's a funny timing.
Hey, it was Myotismon who wanted to destroy the heavens, not
True.
Golfmon and not Felismon. I think Myotismon would be very happy though that the heavens have actually been brought to its knees, basically.
Yeah, relatively soon, surely they'll be removing the barrier, right? Right? Any minute now, right?
Any minute. Any minute.
Any minute.
No reason to keep that on, right?
But yes, we'll see what happens in the next episode of Digimon. Thank you all for playing, and thanks for anybody who joined the stream and watched us. I believe we're all on for next session, right?
Yeah. See you guys next year.
Next year. Next week, Sunday. Is everyone still free?
Yep,
I should be.
still free.
Cool. Awesome. Then we'll see everybody next Sunday.
Aye.
Be there or be square.
Cool.
I will be rectangle.
Oh, you foiled my plans.
And I'll end the stream.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.